So let's talk. Let's talk. So let's talk about Trey Hendrickson, trading for him, and losing some guys. Now, I think most people believe we're going to lose guys anyway, right? So guys that got to get paid. I think Gibbs is in his third year, so I mean you ain't worry about Gibbs. You got two more seasons to worry about him if you got to pay him. Um, you got Jack Campbell, who can be coming up, which I don't really think is a big deal. You'll pay him; it won't be no crazy amount of money. Inside linebackers get running backs. The dollar going up, but it is what it is, right? But that's a couple years down the line. But Jameson Williams got to get paid. Laporta, Aiden Hutchinson got to get paid. So obviously you're gonna pay Hutchinson. Obviously, eventually you'll play Ja. Um, you know, so for the most part, most people point, oh, you can just get rid of J-Mo, or Branch got to get paid too. You get rid of J-Mo, but when you got a guy that's that fast, I mean, you can't really get rid of him. So unless he just get injured to have another episode, so you're keeping J-Mo, Hutch, and Jahmyr Gibbs, right? So you're keeping them three as long as they healthy and fly straight. Um, so then, probably more likely maybe Sam Laporta with tight end money getting ridiculous is going to be the odd man out. So he probably be that, and then Brian Branch is one of those guys. I think Lion Syndicate made a great point of going for Trey Hendrickson, even if it's a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for 1 year. You're gonna lose guys anyway. You're gonna tag guys, you're gonna trade them, or you're gonna just flat out lose them and replace them. I think you're gonna lose, DJ Reader or Meek Roberts next year. You're gonna lose a couple guys, right? So you're gonna lose guys anyway. So you take Trey Henderson, give him a 3-year deal, and say, you know what, we can figure it out. At tight end with Laporta another time. I don't know. Alexander Zoni won't be back. So some of the guys that you might necessarily, think about paying, maybe for Trey Hendrickson, you say, no, we just rock out with him, and we just, get rid of some guys, trade them, let them walk, tag them or whatever, and then we'll worry about the bullshit later. But this season is very, indicative, or it's going to be indicative about some guys getting paid. That's what it's going to be about. It'll be about some guys straight flat out getting paid, how they perform. So you're going to keep Hutch if he performs. And I think then, J-Mo, his speed, and it depends how the year he have, he might be one of those guys on the bubble. But hey, guess what? If you get rid of somebody, most likely you don't want to pay a tight end $20 million. So most likely you might not want to pay another receiver $30 million, $25 million. So, it's going to be interesting to see how some of these guys perform. But you bring in Trey Hendrickson and you just say, we can fill this role. We can find somebody else. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah, I'm not giving up a player in that first-round draft pick. Reportedly, they turned down a second-round draft pick. So, but yeah, basically use him as a 1-year rental and going to win and figuring out down the road. Now, if he won't play with an extension in Cincinnati, why would he play in Detroit for an extension? You know what I'm saying? So just thinking about stuff like that. But yeah, for the most part, you're going to lose guys regardless. He made a great point. You're going to lose some of these guys regardless. You're going to lose some of these cats regardless. So, going forward, paying him and letting a few guys go, I mean, it might not be the worst thing in the world because you drafted these guys. How many guys literally on that defense that's or on the team that's irreplaceable? Hutch is hard to replace. Jameson Williams is hard to replace because you can't find that speed and that football speed and that football mentality nowhere else. Campbell is amazing at linebacker, so it's always hard to find an inside linebacker. So, yeah, they got some decisions to make. They know they got some tough decisions to make. Hopefully the cap continue to go up. But could you mortgage some of that future for a Super Bowl for this year, just to get a big bookend, just to get a guy that can get sacks, even though you're going to lose a lot of those guys anyway, or some of those guys anyway? You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. And then also the thing is, are we going to lose these guys for nothing, or are we going to trade them? But, should they go all in on Trey Hendrickson? And obviously, if you was giving up a defensive player, people say Brian Branch. Okay, cool. Who fills in for Brian Branch? You got rid of F.A. Melifano. So who steps into that safety position? At least if you say, hey, we get rid of Jack Campbell, hey, at least we got Anderson that can step in. So who you get rid of? Me personally, I'm not trading a player. The best they can get is a 4th-round draft pick. But I don't think they want to. They want to butt break Trey Hendrickson. And don't be surprised if he stay, which I don't think he's gonna get traded. I could be wrong. Don't be surprised if he stay and they tag him next year. Just Mike Brown's an asshole. He's not the good type of asshole either. He's the old asshole. He's an old asshole. He's an asshole. Look what he did with Carson Palmer. He's a flat out asshole. Flat out. So, me personally, I think they're going to force him to play this season out. He paid everybody but him. Joe Burrows, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, but, if they want to go for it, the push for a Super Bowl next year, this year, I'm not mad at it. Even if it's a 1-year rental, I ain't mad at it. Remember, you drain capital. You don't win it, or he get injured, and it's a crazy thing. So, it ain't like guys ain't trying to trade for him. People are trying to trade for him. But the problem is the Bengals really don't want to trade him. Mike Brown been like that with Carson Palmer. He forced Carson Palmer to early retirement instead of trading him and made him, retire a few years and then end up trading. He's a fucking asshole. He's an old, ornery asshole. His father was the original owner of the original Browns, which I believe in Baltimore now. He was the original owner. That's why they call it the Browns. Mike Brown, I forget what his daddy name was. It Paul Brown? That's why they call it what they call it. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. You go live or drop video. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.